In this video, we will learn about the lexicographic preferences. The definition is a bundle A, B is lexicographically preferred to bundle C, D if either A is greater than C or A is equal to C and B is greater than D. Let me explain it in simple terms with an example. Let us say we have two goods. Let us say we have apple and Coke. And let us suppose that apple is, lexicographically preferred to Coke. Okay, if I am saying apple is being lexicographically preferred over to Coke, and I have a bundle in which I have four apples and 10 Coke, and I have another bundle. Let us say in that very bundle we have 3 apples and 20 Coke bottles. I will be choosing the first bundle here because uh, apples are lexicographically preferred to Coke. I will be choosing that very bundle in which I have more units of apples. I don't care about if I have more units of Coke. Unless I am having an extra unit of apple, I will be choosing that very bundle. So I will say that this first bundle is lexicographically preferred to the second bundle. Okay. Let's take another example. Let's say I have another bundle in which I have 4 units of apple and 10 units of Coke, and I have 3 units of apple and let us say 100 million units of Coke bottles. Okay, here also I don't care about whether I have 100 million units of Coke in the second bottle and only 10 units of Coke in the first bundle. As long as I have extra apple, I will be choosing that very bundle. Since we have 4 apples here, we have only 3 apples here, I will be comparing these two first. Okay, since in the first bundle we have more units of apple, I will say that this bundle is lexicographically preferred to this bundle. Okay, let us say we have another case in which I have 4 apples and 10 Coke, and another bundle in which I have 4 apples and 20 Coke. Okay, so what will happen here? Since I am getting same units of apples in the both bundles, then I will be choosing that very bundle in which I have more units of Coke. So obviously you can see here we both the bundles have same units of apple, and when both the units have same units of apples, I will be comparing the Cokes. Uh, the bundle in which we have more Coke, I will be preferring that very bundle. So here I can say that this bundle 4A and 2C is lexicographically preferred over to this bundle 4 apples with 10 Coke. Okay. So first thing is that when apples are lexicographically preferred over Coke, I will always choose that very bundle in which I have more units of apples, okay, compared to other bundle where we have less units of apples. If the units of apples are same in the both bundles, then I will be comparing the Coke bottles here, and the bundle in which we have more Coke bottles, I will be choosing that very bundle here. Okay, so on the graph, what exactly is meant by this? And let me try to draw the graph here. Let us say we have, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, okay, and we have apple on the horizontal axis and Coke on the vertical axis. Okay, so let's take any point. Let us say I have this point, I have this point A. Okay, let's compare this point with point B. Here you can see in the in this bundle, or let me say in this bundle, B bundle, I have more units of apple and same unit of coke. That means this bundle B is lexicographically preferred to this bundle A. Since I am getting more apples and apples are lexicographically preferred over coke, I will be choosing this very bundle. So I can say B is lexicographically preferred to bundle A. Okay, and let's take another point. Let us say I have this point C. I am comparing point A and C. Okay, which one will we prefer? Okay, in the point C, you can see I am getting more units of apple compared to point A and also more units of coke. Obviously, this C point is preferred over to A, so I can say C is preferred over A. And similarly, if I take another point here, let us say I have this point D. What is happening here? If I compare D with A, I am getting, here you can see I am getting same units of apple but more units of coke. Obviously, I will choose this D bundle because as long as I am getting the same units of apples in the both bundle, I will be choosing that very bundle in which we have more units of coke. So I will say that D is rather D point is preferred over A. Okay. What about this point? Let us say this is E point. Okay, if I compare point A with point E, rather with this point E with A, here you can see I am getting more units of apple but less units of coke. I will not care about that since apples are lexicographically preferred uh, to coke, so I will be choosing this point E. So E is lexicographically preferred to point A or E is preferred over A. Okay. What about this one? This point, let us say this is point E, let us say this is F point. Here you can see compared to this point A, I am getting less units of apples. So there is problem and I am getting same units of coke. So here you can see this point A is preferred over point F. Okay, because you cannot take away the apples as apples are lexicographically preferred. So this point A is preferred over point F. And what about this point? Let us say this we have point G. Here you can see although the units of coke are being increased, but at the sacrifice of the apples. You cannot take the apples from me here because apples are lexicographically preferred over A. So obviously point A is preferred over point G. So I will write point A is preferred over point G. Okay. And what about this point? This point, and let us say this is point H. So here you can see in the at H we have same units of apples but less units of coke, and here you can see again I will be choosing that very bundle which will give me the same units of apple. Since point A and H are giving me the same units of apple, I will be choosing that very point which gives me the more units of coke. So obviously I will choose point A over point H. So I will say A is preferred over H. Okay. And what about this one? Let us say we have this point here. Let us say it is K. Okay. Now here I am getting less units of apples compared to A and less units of coke again. So obviously this point K is less preferred to point A. So I will say that point A is, preferred our point K. Okay. Uh, the intuition behind this is that for the lexicographic preferences, we cannot draw the indifference curve because the very definition of indifference curve is that we have the combination of that very points which gives us the same level of utility. Here, at most, what we get an indifference point. Okay, so if we have x on this side, y on this side, this point A will be the indifference point for this lexicographic, preferences. I cannot draw the indifference curve here because it is not a continuous function at all. Okay, and what about the demand function? So let's try to draw the demand function here. Let us say we have x on the horizontal axis. Let's say we have xy dimension here, and x denotes the apples and y denotes the coke. Okay, so let's draw this line. Okay, so let us say we have this point A, and if I move towards, and if I am saying that apples are lexicographically preferred over coke, if I move to this direction, you can see my the units of apples are getting less. That is not possible for the lexicographic preferences. So to the left of A, I cannot move. Why? Because I'm getting less units of apples, and apples are lexicographically preferred over coke. Okay. So what about point B? If I compare point A to point B, here you can see I don't care if you take away the coke as long as I am getting extra units of apples. So this point B will give me more utility compared to point A. Let us say point A gives us U1 utility, point B gives U2 utility, okay? Oh, and by the same logic, if I move to point C, obviously I don't care whether you take away coke from me since I am getting more units of apples here. So point C will be preferred to point B, and the optimal solution will lie at this point. Let us say this is point E, and let us say it gives us utility of U4. Okay, so I will say if you take away all units of coke from me and I am getting more units of apples, I will be fine with this. Okay, so demand function will be if, and let me write, if x is, and let us say if x denotes the apples, if x is lexicographically preferred to y, then the optimal solution will lie where we consume all units of x. That means x star will be equal to the total income of the consumer upon the price of x, and the units of y will be equal to 0 at the optimal point. Okay, so we will have a corner solution in this case. Okay, so I hope I make myself clear in this video. Thank you.